Well, the Miko Beaufort South LABORIE battle is not very far away. Conditions continues to be good. The ground staff has had, I think, the heavy roller on, which was probably requested, and just the crease being marked away. Well, toss is very important in this competition, and I think we can just go across to our outside broadcast position and find out who was the lucky captain.
Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome to the second match of today of the Dream 11 T10 competition at Darren Sammy Cricket Stadium. The match is between Beaufort South and LABORIE. We have our captains with us today. From Beaufort South, we have Dilshan Rampal, and from LABORIE, we have Owen Edwards. Toss.
Okay, good afternoon, viewers. We are bowling. We choose to bowl because we believe we can restrict LABORIE to a very low total, and we're trying to get them as early as possible.
Well, good evening, viewers. Well, we'll bat at first, but with the toss, which will send us on bat. Hopefully, we'll bat and put runs for them. That good defense. But like I said yesterday, we batted first, but today different. So hopefully we'll do much better than yesterday. That's it.
Okay, umpires are out. Maybe, Greg, you've got the sheet containing both teams. You'd just like to read them for our viewers in India and here in St. Lucia on Calabash TV.
Yes, Reds, the LABORIE Bay Royals. You have Quincy St. Rose, Daniel Anthony, Nick Andrews, Owen Edward, Sanjay Pampil, Romain Ramroch, Michael Francois, Chauvin George, Tyrone Theodore, Rick Moses, Darren Jean-Pierre, Jordan Emmanuel, and Calvin Stanislas. And for the Beaufort South Sunrisers, Jovin Isidore, DeAndre Taylor, Kenneth Constantine, Deshaun Rampal, Richie Roberts, Dudley Dupree, Jermaine Hardin, Khalil St. Hill, Kimani Law, Ray Joseph, Samuel Monteer, Dylan Marshall, and Cullen Marshall.
Okay, so side water toss is already out, and they are blessed with the sun momentarily going away from the Darren Sammy ground. And this, of course, this event is being allowed by the Ministry of Sport, the CEO, and all the people in that area of responsibility. Our title sponsor, Dream 11 Calabash TV and All Biz Media Flow, Made in Paradise, Scott Sports and Awards, Trophy Center, Blue Walters, Full 100, First National Bank, and Kendall M. Gill, his legal chambers, the batting side, bright red, and the Royals you really associate because of the outstanding Royals basketball team in the NBA. But this is the LABORIE Royals, and just waiting for the field to settle. The opening attack coming from the commentary box end will be this big question mark. You can have a trivia question. Who will be the first team to get 100 in this competition, Greg? So, opening the spells, the start from the commentary box end, still very cool. Solitary slip. Big number 65 in his back, and that's down the leg side, and signal wide. Umpire just waiting for the keeper to try to collect. So not a good spot, Greg.
Yes, Reds.
Very wide down the leg side.
Yeah.
So the fine leg is out. And the delivery again down the leg side, lack of control. And will there be a wide signal? Yes. Took his time, but he's just waiting for the action to be completed. So, wayward bowling, Greg.
Yes, wayward bowling there by Ray Joseph, right? Certainly, he has not started in the way that his captain would have expected of him.
So 2 without loss, both going to the extras column of Roland Cox's scoreboard. Cool conditions. We've lost the sun maybe for the rest of the day. Wide or steady off stump, and called wide. I thought that was marginally inside, but we are at a slight angle. And, well, not a good start at all. You spring it down the leg side, then you spray it further down the leg side, and then offside wide. So 3 runs on the board, 4 runs on the board really. As this delivery is whipped off the pads, the wide of long on and picked up by the long on. They will not look for the second. So already 5 on the board. 5 on the board. Joseph walking back, can't be quite happy. Doubt really he'll get a second over straight away. He may come back. Number 55 on his back. Total of 5 without loss. 5 without loss. Bowls over the wicket and brings the batsman forward. Just turns it towards square leg. And picks up what will be a leg by. So nothing off the bat there. Out of England, we heard the news that Hashim Amla, who surprisingly retired from Test, he's still a good player. He got a double for Surrey. Joseph bowls, and that's a slow delivery. Batsman is forward a little too early, and then doesn't get carried away. He's quite happy that they've got 6 already, playing quietly out in the offside. Joseph trying to make amends. Needs the ball from stump to stump. Bowls once more, and again wide down the leg side, all over the shop. We have 1 long over in this competition already, and Greg, this could be another one.
Yes, it's shaping up to be this way, Red. Some 4 wides already in the over.
The total is already 7 without loss. Long off at third and fine leg, the 2 men outside the circle. Batsman is forward and just pushing it square out in the offside. So single taken, the strike is rotated. And the total goes to 8 without loss. Very cool now. Temperature has dropped. It was a nice warm day, not over, over warm, because there's always a nice wind here to cushion the heat. Joseph goes in, and that's whipped away from outside the line of the off stump. And played with a lot of bottom hand into it. The over is, no, the over is not completed. I just thought by now it would have been completed 9 without loss. here with the long count in boxing. Heavyweight fight in America years ago. This is a long over, and that's beautifully driven and right through the legs of the man at mid-off in the circle, down to the boundary for 4 to add insult to injury as the total rockets into double figures. There are 13 without loss. 13 without loss. A nightmare of an over from Joseph.
Yes, very poor start there by Joseph, and really ready to add insult to injury. The last delivery, beautifully struck, driven there by Captain Owen Edward, and the fielder at the mid-off region really made a hash of it. Ball went right through him and down to the boundary for 4. So a good start to the LABORIE Bay Royals, and Reds, one would hope that the sort of stage that was set by Shanai Maisman is very over. This second game does not follow the very same pattern. Bad first over and everything went downhill for Soufre. Bad first over for Beaufort. Let's hope that they could sort of redeem themselves from this over onwards.
So St. Roses is strike. As the attack coming from the Kaibanger end, the Players Pavilion end. The short third man is coming in. Fine leg. Long on is out. Looking to see where it can pick up. Long off is out. And that's off the back foot. Simple opportunity to stop what would have been a dot ball, and the ball leaking through the hands of backward point. So Roses 1, 6 to his non-striker, Edward. No slip, keeper standing up to the optimistic. Very quick, almost seamless. A lot of shoulder into the attack. 14 without loss. We're in the second over. Off the back foot, inside edge, and give. So 14 for 1. So after a disastrous first over, success in the second over, and they are very, very happy feeling side as they gather together on the square.
Yes, good dismissal there for Richie Robert, really making the breakthrough in the second over. Captain Owen caught behind by wicketkeeper Law, Kimani Law. So certainly the sort of breakthrough that they would have wanted after that disastrous start by Ray Joseph in the first over, conceding some 13 runs, and they were able to get a breakthrough very early in the second over.
Yes. Again, we see the bunks being a factor on the square.
Yes, the bouncy delivery has been the undoing of quite a few of the batters, and some of them Reds, they really have not made the sort of contact that one would have expected. As I did indicate to Clivers early on, the mere fact that so many of our wickets out there they are not as bouncy as this track. Players tend to take a bit of time to adapt to the track here at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
So Joseph has picked up the first cap, and the LABORIE Royals are 14 for 1. Edwards in strike. And Robert of a very short run, strong shoulders being used, and hits him on the pad. Ball is pushed outside the line of the off stump. He's hardly got a run up. I mean, it's even shorter than maybe the Carl Hooper would have had.
Yes, it's just perhaps what Reds. Just about two steps, and he's in. And he will be delivering the ball.
Outside the off stump, the keeper does well to take it, and celebrates it by rushing up to have a word with his bowler. 14 for 1. Rose is 2, Anthony, no score. This delivery is pull high, chance for a catch, and drop. Doesn't seem to have a lot of conviction in that. And I would have thought that your young man.
Have you ever wondered how money can work for you? At VIEUX, we offer several investment options that can do just that. One option is the fixed deposit, which is a short-term investment where funds are deposited for a minimum of 1 year at an attractive rate, better than anywhere else. The fixed deposit is unique and tailored for both individuals and institutional investors, and gives you the option to reinvest for another period after maturity. For more information, call VIEX today at 458-8700 or 458-8740, or email VIEX at info@viexlimited.com. VIEX, firm and upright.
Did look quite promising last year. Didn't have a great opening game yesterday. And if anything has changed, I think the hairstyle has changed a bit. It's got a new looking style. Harding will start. And I did say that the sun seemed to have gone its way for the day. Well, the sun is back in all its glory. And in that glorious scene is 15-1. The LABORIE Bay Royals. And let's see, square leg is going in, or mid-wicket is going in. There's a long on. Strong offside field, so Harding knows what the captain wants him to bowl, what line he wants him to bowl. As he goes in now, and that's height away, hard luck on Harding. His worries continues. He falls to the ground also. But pitched up. Look at the hit at square, I would think. Peeled off the outside edge and down to the boundary for 4 as it moves up to, 19 on the board. Not exactly where the batsman wanted it.
No, Daniel Anthony was really looking for a big expansive drive, and the ball just peeled off the outer edge and went down through the vacant third man boundary for 4. So 4 valuable runs been added.
Yeah, so Stanislaus moves to 5. Stanislaus moves to 5. And Harding goes in outside the off stump. No shot is needed because it was a wide delivery. 1 more to the total. So Stanislaus is 5, St. Rose is 2. And Roland Cox indicates that the total moves to 20-1. 20-1. I think we bear in mind that players will be short of practice and a little bit of rusty. And that's height away, will clear the head of the long on and drops just to our right. Huge 6. That ball was pitched up right in the arc and hit very cleanly and impressively by the striker. Stanislaus down to the boundary for 4. He goes up to 11.
Yes, good lusty blow there. Goes use of the feet there. Just keeping Harding the charge and really hitting this one over the long on boundary there, right? All the way into the grocery stand for 6.
Stanislaus waits once more. Harding goes in. And that's a wipe outside the line of the off stump. And they're making no contact. I think Harding is happy that the overs come to a conclusion. So after 2 overs, correction, there have been so many wide deliveries, just half an overboard. That's what I'm saying at the end of the over. My apologies. That's pitched up and driven hard down to mid-off. They take a quick signal, well taken. So they rotate the strike. Stanislaus comes in to strike. And both batsmen working out that they don't need doesn't need even a cap. No cap, no helmet. Such is the confidence of the batsman. And that's it hard down towards mid-off. Good stop. Batsman again having to commit himself to get to the ground. But the strike rotated once more. So Stanislaus is back on strike. He's on 12. St. Rose's 3, 1 for 28. Harding having it hard, 1 for 13. And that's both hitting across the line and aiming to go mid-wicket. Instead of looking to hit straight down the ground, which would be the simpler shot. And 28 for 1, as he has gone for 12. And Harding will be extremely happy with that success.
Yes, success there by Harding. Did have a sort of a mixed bag. Did pick up a wicket, but did concede some 14 runs, Red. So the LABORIE Royals, they are going at a good rate, 9.33, but they are also losing wickets.
But the attack so far has really lacked discipline. And maybe the LABORIE Royals haven't quite taken advantage of the wayward bowling. Fanfield is the new batsman. St. Rose on 3 and Fanfield now to try and produce a partnership. So 28 for 2. We had 3 overs completed. And I think the worm, as you see in the striking rate as it goes up, is a little on the flat side.
Yes, Reds. But
well, that one beats the keeper. And they come to run a by signal by the umpire. 1 more to the total, 3.1 overs. The uniforms of the sides have been very, very attractive, a lot of color. And the Caribbean is a colorful part of the world. At the top edge and caught on a third man. A very good catch. It was short and it looked like that could have been swatted away anyway, maybe looking to hit it out towards point, but it seems to take the top edge and well caught down at the third man area. They've lost their second wicket. It's 2 for 29, and not so much a great ball, but a great catch.
yes, great catch. Fanfield, short ball outside the off stump, looking to really force this one through the point area. But there was a bit of bounce, Reds, and the pace of the delivery, the awkward bounce really struck the top part of the bat, leading edge, and just really peeled through to the short footman area, and Joven really took a sharp catch high over his head.
Fanfield caught Isidore Ball Roberts, no score. 3 for 29. We've had 3.2 overs bowled. We've got to move on with the scoring. So, big burly Anthony now coming in to join St. Rose. Anthony taking his guard. St. Rose a non-striker. Anthony is in strike. Strong offside field. Long off his back, so is long on. Short third man, backward point cover, extra cover, turn towards fine leg and gets a very quick signal. So he's off the mark, he's done his job. Rotates the strike. Total goes to 29 for 3. 29 for 3. And, similar run-up of short delivery, really hammering it in. And with that action, wide signal, he's going to get a fair amount of lift. Robert, off hardly a run-up, outside the off-stump, chops it down to third man, is traveling too quickly for anything to be added. It remains at 31 for 3. We've got 2 deliveries in the fourth over. Live Jews will be doing the last 5 of this T10 blast in this game. That's a ball which was badly timed. He went back to try to hit it through mid-on, and it just simply rolled away for the single. Greg, it's 3 for 32.
Yes, short pitch delivery there, and the batsman really did not capitalize.
Well, he actually bowled a slow delivery on that occasion. The tech definitely, it was pitched up. He looked a lot slower from all.
Get more with our Massey card. One card, many locations for your rewards. Earn points at all Massey stores and Massey card partners island-wide and watch your points grow. Visit our customer service desk at Massey stores or www.masseycard.com for more information. Enjoy the many benefits that only your Massey card can bring.
Yeah, it was a good catch, but Reds, one really has to compliment Roberts in his spell of out there. He bowled some 2 overs, considered just 5 runs, and picked up 2 wickets.
Yes, a very simple action. You can't have a less complicated action like that.
Not at all. Roberts looked like the type of bowler that perhaps can bowl a whole day for you because he's coming off such a short run. Yes. Does not have to exert too much energy.
A man for the longer format. So we got Sid Hill into the attack. 3 for 32. Now we start the 5th over. Keeper standing back. That tells you what he's going to do. Delivery outside the off stump and almost getting an outside edge. Batsman's very cross with himself. There was no real appeal. It just was quite close to the outside edge. He seemed just to dab at it. Greg made no contact.
Yeah, made no contact, Reds, and must be noted the wicketkeeper is an under 15 player.
Nice.
Very young, indeed.
Not a young keeper standing up now. This delivery takes the top of the bat and goes down to the backward point is kicked further out by the fieldsman and tried to pick it up, and they come back for the second run. So they welcome the opportunity for the second run. 4.2 overs, 3 for 34. St. Rose is 6. Jean-Pierre is 1. And St. Hill once more goes in. And that's hit hard through the onside. I think he was looking to hit that a lot straighter, unless there was a lot of forearm into it. Goes into the boundary as it goes up towards 38.
Yes, a bit of poor fielding out there. A ball that should not have had a run, but went right through the fielder and went down to the boundary for 4. So certainly they're not helping the cause out there. It's
St. Rose's 10, Anthony 1, 3 for 38. We're in the 5th over, 3 balls delivered. That's it, hiked over wide long on down to the boundary for 4. The scoring is picking up for the Royals. They've cleared the boundary, 6. Huge hit. Races up towards 44. A late charge here in the 5th over to try and build a platform towards somewhere around 80, if they could get that far. But they've got 44 runs on the board. They've lost 3 wickets, and they've got 2 deliveries left. So some good hitting. St. Hill comes in, and that's hit again to the wide, nicely stopped. And a good bit of feeling there by Fanfill. Had to commit his body using the modern way of sliding and getting to it. 1 more to total. Anthony is in strike. Rose is 17. And Sid Hill comes into bowl to Anthony. Anthony drives past the bowler. They take 1. Maybe he should have been a little more alert to stop that. And almost offering some wild returns to the striker, to the bowling and the non-striker. So 46 for 1. 46 for 1. We have had 5 overs completed. 46 for 3. 46 for 3. After Greg, we'll have a change of commentator with 5 overs left. We'll have to see how far they will go.
Yes, the LABORIE Royals batters are really looking to push up the run rate. With 9.2, they are certainly on course to get in excess of 90 if they could continue at that rate, and that would make it a pretty competitive score from what we have seen out there today, Clivers.
Yeah, definitely. LABORIE Royals looking to really get a good total on the board and to restrict VIEUX. Southern is a chance of a run out here. He just pushed that ball into the onside and he's looking for a run. Is Anthony, and that run was not on, and almost it would have been a suicidal run if he had gone through with it. The score remains on 46 for 3. We're into the 6th over. 1 ball bowled in the 6th over. And of course, LABORIE Royals looking to get as close to 100, and it's a good straight hit there from Anthony, straight over the bowler's head and goes over the boundary for 4 runs, Greg Wilson.
Yes, beautifully struck there by Anthony Monte on this occasion, just over pitching this one, and Anthony is certainly obliged and hitting it as straight as one can hit, and got 4 valuable runs.
Again, Montier again straight from Anthony, but this time not as much power on it, and they come for 1, come for the 2nd, and they come through for the 2 runs. They're bringing up the 52 actually for the LABORIE Royals, pushing on very nicely in the last couple of overs. Again, driven through the offside, and the sweeper, it comes around and restrict them to just 1. A very good looking shot there again from Anthony, as Montier is bringing it up, well up to him into the act, but he's looking to just drive it into the offside, and a good shot from Anthony again.
Yeah, Anthony seems to be playing a good little cameo out there so far.
Again, this one, Central is looking to play this one, get past the short fine leg fielder in the circle. Not successful on this occasion. Centrals remain on 17. The score remains on 53 for 3. And Anthony Jean-Pierre looking good, but it's Centrals into the offside, driving down towards the wideish long off, and he comes through for 1. They stay on 1, and good bit of fielding from the fielder down there back into the young Kamani Law, the wicketkeeper, former national under 15 cricketer. And we've seen also Khalil St. Hill played last year in national under 15 as well. So these youngsters are doing very well for VIEUX South, but Anthony is having some different ideas.
Yes.
I have always lived along the coast of LABORIE, and I could vividly recall as a little girl seeing the turtles making their way to the ocean. But my mother always reminded me that we need to protect our turtles. And as a teacher today, I try as much as possible to educate my students about the importance of protecting our natural resources, most especially our turtles. That's my LABORIE.
Is this the young bowler St. Hill to continue? It is St. Hill, Khalil St. Hill to continue from the commentary box end, and this one is well up to St. Rose, and he's playing into the onside and come through. It goes over the boundary actually. It's beating the fielder there, the diving fielder. in the ring and goes over the boundary for another 4 runs, adding 4 to the total. The score moves on to 58-3.
Yes, Khalil guilty on this occasion of just throwing into the paths of St. Rose, and they just whipped this one through the vacant area, mid-wicket area for 4.
A good looking shot from St. Rose as St. Hill bowls again to St. Rose, and he slaps it past the bowler, almost like a tennis shot, slap past back past the bowler, just going towards the fielder on the long on boundary, coming across. That's Ray Joseph, and restricting them to 1. St. Hill again looking to be a little fuller, but it's too full on this occasion, and St. Rose helping himself 1 bounce 4 from St. Rose.
Yes,
that's Anthony, actually. Anthony Jean-Pierre on this occasion.
Yes, a bit of loose bowling there. This really was a gift. Full toss, and all he had to do was just help this one out into the square leg area, which was vacant, and picked up 4 easy runs.
Definitely St. Rose strain, St. Hill strain, and Anthony helping himself to 4 runs, bringing the score to 63-3, and this time he's outside off stump, wide outside off. A good take from young Kamani Law, but the umpire signaling wide, and rightfully so, as St. Hill trying to prevent Anthony from hitting another boundary straight too far outside off stump, and called wide by the umpire.
Yes, rightfully so.
St. Hill to continue. The score 64-3. And this time he pushes Anthony back. Anthony just pushes into the offside and comes through for a quick single, taking the score to 65. 65 at the rate. LABORIE Bay Royals doing very well, Greg Wilson, and should set a very challenging total.
Yes, at this rate they would get well over the 90 and perhaps closer to the 100.
Definitely, and this time another wide one served up by St. Hill, wide outside off, and young Law right up to the stumps for him, doing a fantastic job. But St. Hill strain again outside off, outside of the arc of Anthony. It's St. Rose, but of course too far out there, and the umpire signaling wide. The score moves on by 1 to 66-3. LABORIE Bay Royals looking very good at this point in time. Extras helping as well.
Yes, extra helping the cause.
And this time makes contact. The sweeper comes off the boundary and restricting the batsman to 1 as St. Rose just pushes into the offside and comes through, stroll through for a single, moving the score to 67. St. Hill is in the middle of a very long over as well, Greg.
Yes, very long over indeed. We have seen quite a few for the day.
Pressure on the young bowler. He bowls again to Anthony, and that one peels off the outside edge and goes down to third man, where he finds a Montia. It looks like Samuel Montia, who does the fielding, keeping them down to 1. The over comes to a close at 68-3. Khalil St. Hill finally finishing that over 68-3 with St. Rose on 24 and Anthony on 15.
Yes, the end of a very expensive over. The ball by young St. Hill. But the LABORIE Bay Royals are certainly doing just what the doctor ordered, really upping up the ante. And St. Rose and Jean-Pierre put on some 39-run, Anthony, sorry, has put on some 39-run partnership. So certainly some good going there for these two out in the middle.
Definitely so, and you're watching the 2021 Dream 11 T10 St. Lucia Blast, and brought to you with the kind compliments of our sponsors. We have a title sponsor, Dream 11. We have a Calabash TV and All Bees Media, Flow, Made in Paradise, the Scott Sports and Awards, firms have come together to bring you the 2021 Dream 11 T10 at St. Lucia Blast. So we want to just kudos to the sponsors for coming on and bringing such a wonderful tournament as we're going to see Montia, is it? So Rampal, Dishon Rampal, to continue from the Players Pavilion end, bowling to Anthony, and Anthony is pushing this one back down. Dishon Rampal on target with his very first delivery. We need a lot more of those dot deliveries to restrict Labrie Bay Royals.
Yes, with only 3 overs, 18 legal deliveries, you really want to sort of bowl defensive line.
Especially with extras doing so well, Rampal again, and this time it's edging past the keeper and heading towards the boundary. It's challenging the boundary and it wins the race as Ray Jordan could not come close to this one. The ball just rolls over the boundary for another boundary.
Yes, 40 was shot there by Anthony, but every run counts. It doesn't matter how it comes. I've always said that our scorer will not score. It came off the edge. It's only going to see reflect as a 4. And this is all that matters, and they are getting, the runs however it comes.
And as they say, fortune favors the brave. On this occasion, Anthony was really going after it, and he gets the edge. And this time, he makes clean contact and beating the fielder inside the circle at a short fine leg and getting towards the boundary. That is beautifully struck from Anthony.
Yes, good batting indeed. But on this occasion, Rampal was just straying into the pads of Anthony, and it was just easy picking really. All he had to do was to beat the man at the short fine leg area and got 4 beautiful runs.
And we see Anthony, his initial movement just taking him inside the line of the delivery and actually helping it, using the pace of the bowler and helping it down past the short fine leg fielder and helping himself to 4. The score moves on to 76 for 3. And this time, Anthony, high and handsome, right up into the Players Pavilion, upper tier of the Players Pavilion. Dishon Rampal just coming to the act of Anthony, and high and handsome Anthony for a 6.
Yes, certainly this is a massive 6 they struck by Anthony. Rail into the arc and really golf short swing there and really getting this one off the mid of the bat, and as you indicated, up in the upper tier of the Players Pavilion. This is a long hit.
Again, Rampal into Anthony, and Anthony just pushing this one into the onside towards square leg and comes through for 1. And of course, the trivia question was posed before, which team will be the first team to get to 100 in this year's tournament, and it looks like
Labrie Bay Royals. They are certainly on course to get to 100.
And on the verge of putting the highest score in the tournament so far. So Labrie Bay Royals well on course. Anthony and St. Rose doing it for Labrie Bay Royals. Anthony is on 30 and St. Rose batting on 24. The score is 83 for 3.
And also, Clivers, they have put on 54-run partnership. This is the first 50-run partnership in the tournament as well.
It's noteworthy as well. Anthony and St. Rose well in control, and Anthony's cutting this one past the fielder, short third burn, and this one is heading towards the boundary, goes over the boundary. 4 more to St. Rose on this occasion. It is St. Rose joining the act as well and capitalizing on some loose stuff outside off from Rampal and getting past the fielder inside the circle as Jevin Isidore diving Jevin Isidore and helping himself to 4 more runs.
Yes, on this occasion, shot outside the off stump there by Rampal, but
born from the same soil, growing stronger.
Raised of our own sweat and toil, doing it together.
I'll bank for you and me,
Taking us forward so proudly.
First National Bank, the best of who we are. First National Bank, together we'll go far. The pride of St. Lucia, here to stay.
Growing up, growing stronger, it's the First National way.
Every day we're back in better, faster.
batting on 30. The score 87 for 3, and Harding is back of the length to Anthony. Anthony is flat batting this one back to past the bowler and towards the long on fielder. They come through for 2. The score moves on to 89, which is the highest score of the tournament so far.
Yes, highest score indeed so far. Good aggressive running also between these two. Anthony was very keen to get back to strike.
With what the bowlers are serving up, Anthony, I'm sure, will be happy to face every single delivery. Harding again goes to Anthony, who's batting on 32, and Anthony, high and handsome, towards a fielder is under it, and he takes a good catch, pretty close to the boundary, but very composed catch from Jevin Isidore.
Yeah, Jevin Isidore, well judged catch. Anthony really looking to deposit this one over the wide mid-on area, but one suspect the ball struck high on the bat, really did not come out of what we would call the sweetbread area, and well, representing a good, comfortable catch there to Jevin Isidore. Well judged, perhaps a foot or two from the boundary ropes, but certainly they would have wanted to see the back of Anthony with the way he and St. Rose have been striking the ball. They certainly needed to see the back of him, and he really played a good cameo running in there for them.
Not before the damage was done, Anthony would have taken the LABORIE Royals to the highest score of the tournament for this year, and of course he would have helped himself to very healthy 32 runs before he was caught. He held out to Isidore on the boundary. As you mentioned, just a foot in and from the boundary rope there. And of course, the LABORIE Royals on course to reach that first 100 in the 2021 Dream 11 T10 St. Lucia.
Moses, the new batsman, number 6 Moses. Rick Moses
coming in, but St. Rose is continuing from where himself and Anthony left off. He's just hitting this one into the onside, and the fielders converge and they come through for 1, taking the score to 90 for 4. 90 for 4 in the 9th over.
Yes, LABORIE Royals well on track to get the first 100 in the tournament, and once St. Rose could stay with the rate that he's striking, they perhaps could make a charge, perhaps for even 110 in the process.
The left-handed Rick Moses, and looking to guide this one, and just making a little bit of height on him, and goes through to the wicket-keeper. He cannot make any contact. That uncomfortable length again for the local players, as you've mentioned before. He's trying to rump this one over the keeper, but not making any contact, and a precious and rare dot ball for Jermaine Harding. Harding to Moses again, and Moses is giving him the charge, does not make any contact, and they come through for the one. A bye. Just the bowler keeper trying to effect a run out there, and then the bowler not backing him up, and that ball just gifting a run to the LABORIE Royals, really.
What we would say, youthful exuberance.
Yes, definitely.
That's what it is.
Certainly, LABORIE Royals looking to finish well. As well, Harding would want to finish this over well. 91 for 4 is the score. Harding this time into a St. Rose. St. Rose again is helping himself. Big heave, appealing off the outer edge, beating the fielder at short. Third man, they come through for 1. They come second run, and it will only be 2, moving the score on to 93. 93. And St. Rose moves into the 30s as well. LABORIE Royals, they keep pushing towards the 100 run.
Yes, 93 after 9. So they're going at 10.33. So they are well on course to get the first 100 in the tournament. Just 7 runs needed of 6 deliveries. So one would certainly think that they should get over, but the bowler might just have other ideas. And I think it's Rampal who was coming back on to the attack. And if it's anything, we have to go by his first over. He considered some 19 runs in the first over. So anything close to that, it would, as I did indicate, they're on course perhaps to get over 110.
Definitely. So if Rampal, if we have to judge by his previous over, I'm sure we will get, LABORIE Royals will get well past the 100 mark. 93 for 4. It's Rampal, Dishon Rampal to continue. And he will be bowling to Moses. Moses helping himself, heaving it into the onside, and the fielder comes around from a wideish mid wicket and it does the collect and return to the bowler. 1 run, 2 runs resulting. The score moves on to 95-2. They come through for 2. Moses not timing this one well and not getting the power he wanted on this one, Greg Wilson.
Not getting the power. Indeed, but Moses would be hitting with the wind as the left-hander, so that should favor him.
And Rampal again into Moses, and he's bowled him. Comprehensively beaten and bowled. Moses looking to play it into the onside again, but this one, the length was not there. It's right up to him into the block hole, Rampal, and dislodging the bails and getting him out. Bowled Moses with...
Actually, inside edge. It was a slower delivery.
Slower delivery of the inside edge and just pegging back his leg stump, actually. And Dishon Rampal would be very happy to see the back of Moses. Actually, it's a dot ball as well. So that would do well for their cause and trying to keep LABORIE Royals outside of that psychological 100 hurdle. If they can get to that 100, 3 figures on the board, it creates some pressure on the team chasing.
Yes, good bit of variation there by Rampal exhibited. He really, the change of delivery there, and Moses was into the shot way too early and getting the inside edge and really ricocheted onto the leg stump. So good break there for the VIEUX South Sunrisers.
And Darren Jean-Pierre is the new batter. And he's driving very powerfully down to the long off area, and it's beautifully fielded there and back into the bowler. They come through for 1. He's off the mark as Jean-Pierre.
Yes, it brings Centros, who's on 31 into strike. He certainly would have been the one to do the bulk of the scoring in the last over, one would have expected.
And this time it's high, handsome, into the grassy banks. It's 6 runs. They get past the 100 mark from 96, and now that 6 from St. Rose takes him to 37. 102 for 5. This one was right up in the arc, and St. Rose helped himself. Rampal is serving up some juicy ones for St. Rose. Helped himself to 6 runs on this occasion.
Yes, beautifully struck there by St. Rose.
Still 2 deliveries to go, and he's bowled him with a slower delivery again. The slow ball is working for Rampal. He's going for some runs, but he's outfoxed him this time with a slower delivery yet again.
Yes, good change of delivery there by Rampal. He did notice the previous delivery with pace. On the delivery, he was struck right into the grass mount, and the 5th delivery followed it up with a slower ball and really outfoxed St. Rose. He was into the shot way before the ball came in, and he was comprehensively bowled.
Very well bowled there from Lucia Rampal, but is it too little, too late? Can they come back? That's 102 on the board for 6. It's a big ask for the VIEUX South team.
Yes, it is. It means that you're starting at 10 runs and over would be your required rate. And it's certainly a big ask at that level. And judging by what we've seen from the VIEUX South Sunrisers in the first first game, they really would have to come, far better than what they exhibited yesterday.
Dishon Rampal showing a little bit more discipline than he did in the previous over, and been using the change of pace to good effect. The new batsman is François, Michael François. The score 102 for 6, 2 wickets falling in this over, and this one is wide down the leg side. It's beating the keeper and challenging the boundary. Ray Joseph is on, and he can't. The ball wins the fight. He was very tight running there. Must have pulled something. Ray Joseph can't beat that ball to the boundary, and we're heading very close to that 110 mark.
That I did predict. Yes, Ray Joseph, really did not help the cause of the Sunrisers.
And it's another ball well up there and beating the batsman, not making any contact. I think that came off the shoulder of the wicketkeeper Law, and they come through for by 108 in 10 overs, the highest score of this year's 2021 Dream 11 T10 St. Lucia Blast so far. And of course, a big ask for the LABORIE Royals.
Yes, they would have to get the highest score in the tournament so far. The LABORIE Royals getting to 108. It means that the Beaufort South Sunrisers will need 109 to win, and to start the proceeding needing 10.8 runs and over is certainly a big ask, Clivers Jones.
Definitely, and you can just look at some of the notable scores from the LABORIE. Let's look at the LABORIE getting to 108 for 6. We had St. Rose getting 37, Anthony 32, and 12 from Stanislaus, but extras also made a very healthy contribution of 18, taking the LABORIE Royals to 108 for 6. On the bowling, let's just go through the bowling figures there. Ray Joseph, 1 over for 12 with some 4 wides. He bowled 2 dot balls as well. Robert, 2 overs for 5, 2 overs, 2 for 5. He was very, very economical. Is Robert. Harding, Jermaine Harding, 2 overs for 18 with 2 wickets going his way as well. Khalil St. Hill, 2 overs for 28. Samuel Montier, 1 over for 8. And Dishon Rampal, 2 overs, 2 wickets. That 2 wicket coming in the final over for 33 runs. Dishon Rampal was very, very expensive.
Yes, very expensive indeed. Dishon Rampal and Khalil St. Hill. These two together would have considered some 61 runs. So in just 4 overs. So certainly they did not do justice to the cause at all.
Definitely not. And let's see how they fare in the next half though, because having to get the highest score in this year's tournament, 108, already just the psychological pressure of 108 is enough to really set you on the back foot. And they would definitely need a good start to overhaul this total.
Yes, they would need a good start, but they also may hope that the bowlers would be a bit inconsistent as well, because that would certainly help their cause.
They would need some help from in the extras column to take them close enough to that 108 total. We get some comments from you, Greg, and it will be Red Pereira to continue.
Yes, the second half, as we have indicated, should be very challenging, but the Beaufort South Sunrisers would not want to lose 2 on the trot, and they really would have to come in all guns blazing. There's no point trying to play conservative cricket at this point in time, having to look at the top score in the tournament of 109 and needing a run rate of over 10 and over. So certainly you need all guns blazing from the very first over rates.
Yes, they're going to be certainly tested, because once they fall behind, let's say in the first 2 overs, the whole target.
It's my life and I want more.
more time, more power. Pay my Lucy like bill isn't hard. I pay with credit or debit card. Pay direct to Lucy like my account. I have the power, yeah. Pay online to Lucy like my account. Anywhere, any day, any hour. Lights are on at home. No more standing in line, no more worrying about my bill. Now I'm all paid up, got more time to chill, yeah, yeah. Pay my Lucy like bill isn't hard. I pay with credit or debit card.
LABORIE. My grandmother once told me, as long as I could see those pitons, say thank you, God. But at first I thought it was silly. But when I missed home while studying, I used to look at those pitons and say, LABORIE, look at God. And I would feel alright. This is my home. That's my suffering.
Today, I would like to introduce you to the fixed special deposit. What's so special about this deposit? It is all about you, the customer. The interest rates and maturity periods are negotiable. That's how special this is. The special deposit instrument was designed to meet the needs of those who cannot be accommodated within the existing investment options. For more information on our special deposit and other investments, call Fix today at 458-8700 or 458-8740 or email Fix at info@fixlimited.com. Fix, firm and upright.
Hi, I'm Tedison John of the Tedison John Project. Even when we're not rehearsing, we stay connected. Flow makes it easy with Flow bundle plans. My mobile phone, internet broadband to download and send files, my home office fixed line. All the services I need in one place. And guess what? The more services you use, the less you pay. Yep, get more and pay less. Guys, you can't go wrong on this one. Bundle today.
Born from the same soil, growing stronger.
Raised of our own sweat and toil, doing it together.
I'll bank for you and me,
taking us forward so proudly.
First National Bank, the best of who we are. First National Bank, together we'll go far. The pride of St. Lucia, here to stay.
Growing up, growing stronger, it's a First National way.
Every day we're making better, faster and smarter, convenience like no other.
First National Bank, the best of who we are.
First National Bank, together we'll go far.
We'll go far. For decades every day, it's clear, it's true.
First National Bank, we're here for you.
The easiest way to pay your Lucelec bill is online on any of your secure devices. Go to www.myaccount.lucelec.com on your phone, tablet, or computer. Have your electricity account number and meter number ready and follow the step-by-step instructions to register and set up My Account. Voila! You can review your account and pay your electricity bill online directly to Lucelec or through your bank 24/7, anytime, anywhere. When you want to pay your bill, open My Account. Click on Pay Bill on the left of the page. Choose Pay My Bill by credit or debit card on the right to pay directly to Lucelec. Continue to the payment website, complete credit or debit card details, and submit payment. Alternatively, if you have online banking and you want to pay through your bank, choose Pay Through Your Bank and select your bank from the list. Your bank's login page will open up. Sign in to pay your electricity bill through your bank via online banking. Pay Lucelec bills online and get back to your life.
I have always lived along the coast of LABORIE, and I could vividly recall as a little girl seeing the turtles making their way to the ocean. But my mother always reminded me that we need to protect our turtles. And as a teacher today, I try as much as possible to educate my students about the importance of protecting our natural resources, most especially our turtles. That's my library.
Going to be starting, and that I would be a part of.
Yep. Well, the umpires are out. These are umpires from the St. Lucia cricket umpires body. And I don't want to go making a guess of the color of their shirts. It looks like maybe a mauve or something like that. I don't have to worry about the color of the feeling side. It's strong red top, and there we have a situation where it's maybe a tangerine and green. I hope I've got that right. Probably there'll be criticism that you surely don't know his colors, but it's very, very cool. So the Beaufort South batsmen are just about to get to the square and taking guard. You got a bit of information on something you're writing there for me?
No, I'm not writing anything there for you, Reds. I'm just setting up for the next innings.
Yeah. So, a huge task to get 109. We already have the 108, which is the highest score in the competition. What will they eventually get? We do feel that, the first two of us may, in fact, decide the fate of the batting team. Right?
Yes, they certainly need a good start. And I think the first 2 or 3 overs certainly would set the pace as to whether they're going to get close to the score or not.
Well, very promising, talented, left arm medium fast. Will be starting the attack, and we have been quite impressed with him. So the Beaufort side about to face the first delivery, and this is tucked away to a short square leg position. Take one, they'll come back for the second. The keeper doing all the running. That's outside the line of the leg stump and tucked away. So 2 without loss. They need to be, 8.5. I mean, if they can do 7, 8, they're always in striking distance.
Yes, you need perhaps minimum for the first 2, 3 overs, at least 7 runs and over.
Is it all? It's back into batting position. He's got 2 Theodore balls that cramps him, came back in, but he was struck outside the line of the leg stump. Every dot ball, of course, is a jewel. Sun, back at Beauchamp. Today, of course, Saturday, a major day in the life of the trade union movement, International Workers' Day. It's a holiday here in St. Lucia. Delivery, which is chokes him and is caught behind. Seemed not to be able to get out of the way, looking to play a shot much too close to the body. And the keeper took it cleanly. And Theodore struck very early. And the Royals have struck very early, Greg.
Yes, good delivery there by Theodore. Really using the short pitch delivery, Reds again to good effect. Isidore really could not get out of the way. Tried to sort of run the ball through the foot man area, but just getting the faint edge, and the keeper took a very smart catch.
Well, there's no start like a good start. So 2-1, a bit of a setback in the first over. We were talking, Greg, about the first two overs may just lay the foundation towards attacking the final total of 109, but that's gone through the others.
Yeah, well, right, they have lost an early wicket, but doesn't mean that the incoming batsman cannot really make up. And one would think that they do not have any choice but to attack if they are to get anywhere close to that score.
So Theodore, 1 for 2, goes in once more. That again cutting back in, and Robert didn't have a clue. I think he misjudged the length, because why would he be looking to back away to cut? He should have certainly been on the front foot.
Is the way the angle at which the Theodore is bowling. He's expecting the ball to go across his body, but the ball is still back into him. So this is pretty much what happened to Isidore as well. He was making room, hoping to cut.
Very impressive Theodore, who comes up once more, moving the ball, takes it in the pad outside the line of the next stump. It was pitched up, and he was trying to hit it through mid-wicket. A dot ball in Roland Cox's book. And he walks confidently back. Still 2 for 1. We've had 5 deliveries already. They're dropping way behind the necessary. Stop edge and caught. That's my reading of it, but not the reading of the umpire. I thought there was a bit of a top edge, if not glove, because there was a loop. Maybe Greg is pointing out that it might have been in the forearm.
Yeah, it looks like from the forearm, right? Umpire certainly not convinced. We're hoping that we would have gotten the replay. But yes, good opening over there by Theodore, picking up the wicket of Isidore and only conceding just 2 runs.
Yeah,
so certainly the sort of start that the LABORIE Bay Royals would have wanted.
Outstanding performance. I would be surprised the next time this competition is played, he is picked up by one of the other sides.
Yeah, well, I'm certain somebody would be seriously looking at him and perhaps encourage him to come over to one of the stronger teams. But it's good to see that the community LABORIE could be producing some players with such potential.
Definitely. So 2 for 1. And it's going to be the partner for Theodore coming in from the far end and looking to drive at that. Took it in the pad. It might have been missing stump. Bright sunshine. Constantine, yes, waiting for the bowler to turn in the distance. Francois goes in, and that's outside the off stump, flashing away. You will be amazed, Greg, the amount of Francois you will find in Guyana.
And Francois seems to be a French name, isn't it?
Very much a St. Lucian name. And the amount of the flower festivals you will still find in St. Lucia because of the early drifts of St. Lucians to Guyana, wide outside the off stump. Yeah. And you can hear patois being spoken, definitely in the Georgetown area. So the culture, the St. Lucian culture is very much alive.
But Reds, if I may ask, you've been in St. Lucia from 1980, 84?
You're not going to ask me about my fluent patois, are you? This is a delivery which calls for a very quick run. There's push down towards mid-on, and strike rotated. All I can tell you is that I can understand a lot more than I can speak.
Okay.
So do not go by talking me, or else I'll pick up a few things. Right, back to the cricket. It's 4 for 1. 4 for 1. And the rate has gone up to almost 13. 12 point. Delivery from Francois. That's lofted out towards the cover. They one, they'll come back for the second. The work of the Fiesman isn't all that sharp, but so the second run is taken very easily. Well, it might be just inside 13 required per over, but they need 2 good overs, and that can change very, very quickly. Will that happen? Well, Robert and Constantine is there. It's 6 for 1. This is the second over. We've had 4 balls already. Bowled them. Oh, Yorker played. Maybe he's played with a closed face almost. So right up. So really, if you Fort South rock down, I mean, they already have 109 as target, and even if the target was smaller, Greg, they're 6 for 2.
Yes, just this sort of start that Beaufort Sunrisers would not have wanted, but one really has to credit Theodore and François for bowling really beautiful lines and length out there, and they're certainly keeping a tight rein on the scoring.
Well, whatever happens, our producer will bring you the captains at the end. Of course, the winning captain will be, you know, smiling all over the Calabash television. And St. Hill now comes out. So St. Hill and Constantine together, 6 for 2. We talked about yesterday about the name Constantine, and Soleri Constantine did, in fact, very early in the late 30s and 40s, especially after the War of 39, opened the door for many West Indians to play in the league, the Lancashire League and the various leagues later on. He was a folklore, highly respected. St. Hill and strike, and St. Hill covers up, ball runs towards the third man. Not clean feeling at third man, but they didn't look for the quick thing.
Have you ever wondered how money can work for you? At VIEUX, we offer several investment options that can do just that. One option is the fixed deposit, which is a short-term investment where funds are deposited for a minimum of 1 year at an attractive rate, better than anywhere else. The fixed deposit is unique and tailored for both individuals and institutional investors, and gives you the option to reinvest for another period after maturity. For more information, call VIEX today at 458-8700 or 458-8740, or email VIEX at info@viexlimited.com. VIEX.
And have to get Roland Cox to work it out. That's down the leg side, and he swings at it, but didn't get any batter onto it. It would have been a wide. But the rules allow you to bowl a wide, and if the batsman swings at it and makes contact, that will be the end of him. So 102 from 48 balls. What a tall order. Fair amount of balls, but you gotta start scoring. Theodore in, and again bowled right through, coming back into the batsman. There seemed to be no answer. No one really has got a clue on how to cope with the control, with the consistency, with the line and length, and most of all, the movement. They are pushed back at 7 for 3. Constantine bowled Theodore for 1. He's bowling up a storm from the commentary box end.
Yes, Theodore is continued to be very impressive. Whereas the sort of movement that we see he's getting with the ball, we've not seen any other bowler in the competition getting that much movement with the new ball. So certainly, you know, the coaches down here, selectors down here certainly needs to keep a good eye on him and get him through the program where he really can develop him.
Yes. I would think that Stark would be impressed. I would think that the New Zealand fast left-hand Bolt will be impressed because that's the kind of stuff they produce. And this young man has got some talent. I mean, I can imagine him bowling in England in those conditions.
Yeah, he would be a handful.
He will make it dance. He's trying to make this one dance as he moves in the Rampal. That's back of a length. He doesn't swing that much, but he forces onto the back foot. So, 7 for 3. We've had 2.2 overs. The required rate, Roland tells me, has gone to 17.4. You won't want to look on the scoreboard to see that. Delivery, which is beaten, but no edge, and the batsman doesn't have a clue. So, as I told you, it's up towards 17 already. And luckily for him, luckily for the rest of the batting, he doesn't have another over the ball. Theodore once more goes in. That's down the leg side. That's the worst ball he's bowled. He will be the first to admit that. It's 8 for 3 on the board. 8 for 3 on the board. Partnership is 1. The run rate required is 5.77.
15.
Theodore. Again, cutting back in. But the batsman played it well, played it defensively. As it came back into him, he just pushed it outside the line of the off stump. So 8 for 3. So as you heard, the run rate required is 5.83. As he comes up once more, that's on the body and lopped up towards square leg. It didn't quite carry. So Theodore has got, what, one more. Our scorer would like to see him go around the wicket, but he figures, well, I've done enough damage over. Don't spoil, don't change what is not broken. Theodore, 2 for 5. He's on his way once more. He's going to bowl to St. Hill, and St. Hill has struck in the pad. There's a crying appeal. Nothing from the bowler. The end of over number 3. And after 3 of us, the batting side, we're crawling to 9 for 3.
Yes, very slow going there by the Beaufort South Sunrisers. Certainly not what the doctor would have ordered, chasing a score of 109. So they really, at the rate that they're going Reds, it would have to take some really heroics to get anywhere close to that required score. But the good thing about it is that Reds, Theodore's spell has come to an end. He has the impressive spell of 2 overs, 5 runs, and he has picked up 2 wickets.
Yeah, someone will need to come and play the kind of innings that Pollard played today, or Hetmeyer played a few days ago. But who will bell the cat? But right now, it's delivery which is outside the line of the off stump. And
Rick Moses
by
in
the keeper.
attack.
So Moses, good first delivery. Teasing the batsman wide outside the off stump, but within the required area. 9 for 3. Ramphal, with his bat over the shoulder, waiting the bowler to get back to his mark. He's ready, so is the batsman. This delivery, looking to try and maybe run it down. Makes no contact, yet another dot ball. It remains at 9 for 3. The rate required climbing, it's now 6. 6. And they badly need the batting side to free themselves up. Get a couple of boundaries. Easier said than done. Keeper standing back, slip, deep gully, point. That's pitched up, and he makes contact, but very feeble contact with the right hand really carrying the bat, and he pushes it down towards mid-on. 1 to the total. It's really a very slow dance here. 10 for 3. 10 for 3. And Moses going off his mark already, sprinting in. He does. Bowls outside the off stump. Essays the drive, makes no contact. It goes through to the keeper. And the rate has gone to 6.6. Greg, with each dot ball, it just inches up on you.
Yes, read some 99 runs needed of 48 deliveries. So certainly the rate, it's really a big ask for them to get anywhere close to that.
When a break come now, bowler off stump. Right on target, quick delivery. He really runs in and gives it a go. And his pace is quite up there. He's not swinging the ball like Emmanuel did, but really hitting the base of the off stump. And they're really reading now. At 10 for 4, we are, 3.4 overs gone. After 4 overs, they are 10 for 4. It's all over bar the shouting.
Yes, very impressive bowling by the LABORIE Bay Royals bowlers, right? I'm very, very much impressed with the sort of line and the length that they have bowled. And if they could go through to the next round, or even tomorrow's game, if they could put that sort of performance, it would be very interesting against that Sufra team.
Yeah, I suppose the quick thought, the quick question is, after now that one is finished, that's of course Emmanuel, and when Moses is finished, what they've got to offer after that? They must have some good backup. So it's going to be Moses, the new batsman, Harding. Harding gets it away through the onside field, looking to come back for the second, and they run maybe the first run faster. They could have picked up a third. So Harding coming in and has broken the...
Get more with our Massey card. One card, many locations for your rewards. Earn points at all Massey stores and Massey card partners island-wide and watch your points grow. Visit our customer service desk at Massey stores or www.masseycard.com for more information. Enjoy the many benefits that only your Massey card can bring.
Panfil will pick up from Theodore. He's got a high order to follow. To him, there's only a slip. One would have thought that, Captain could consider another close fieldsman, a gully, but he quite... keen to just stay with what he's got. So Pamphil, very stiff action, and there seemed to be an off cutter with ball down the leg side and balls are wide. 13 for 4. We are in the fifth over of this game. The competition continues tomorrow, Sunday. So Those in India, you can set your clock, have a late meal. We can have a early breakfast tomorrow here in St. Lucia and settle in for the Sunday's double header outside the off stump, a little fan away. 13 for 4. Rate has gone up to 6.6. The batting side, Soufre really needs to free themselves from the pressure they're under. Banfield ball pitched up down the leg side. They were gonna get let me see if they're gonna get the signal eventually, as the return is not great. And the signal now comes. It was a wide call eventually. So it pushed up the total to 16. And this is a bit of an anticlimax after the high-scoring first innings.
Yes, Reds.
Banfield balls turn out towards a short mid-wicket, scamper a single, but nothing that will drive any fear into the bowling side. 17 for 4. Cool Darren Sammy. Sutton's gone away, maybe for the day, and that's a very wide delivery. I think Harden almost falls over trying to get the bat onto it. 18 for 4, slow progress. 4.2 of his bowls so far, and the rate required climbing all the time. And that's Harding going onto the back foot and try to force that away. Greg, you're pointing at the rate required? Call it.
16.5.
Right up there. Banfield balls, and that's driven nicely by Harding. We initially coming from another part of the Caribbean, and maybe he played some cricket in Guyana before coming here with his family to start a new life. And with that shot, Harding going to 6. And the total 22 for 4. Can Harding produce a blinder for his side? And he hits that straight and wouldn't get a boundary, but will come back. Good running. Good running. They ran very hard. Good straight hit by Harding. And after total pressure, Harding has come and put couple of runs on the board. He's 8. Ramfaldi to join the party on 3. And after 5 overs, after 4.5 overs, correction, they moved up to 24 for 4. Harding, as you know, is a stroke player.
Yes, Reds is capable of playing a few strokes.
As he hoisted and dropped at mid-on, in the air, still committed to maybe push the scoring on, and that should have been a catch taken on mid-on.
Yes, looked like Rick Moses, was the guilty culprit on this occasion. But Red, this is the most productive over that the Vieux South Sunrisers have had. Some 13 runs came off the 5th over, and Pamfin really did not live up to the sort of standard that the likes of Theodore had set early on.
Yep. So let's see how far Harding can go. He's definitely signaled his intentions. Harding 9, Rampal is 3. We've had 5 overs, 25-4, and Greg was pointing to the rate required.
The rate requires 16.17.
The rate climbing all the time, 16.80 according to the latest information, and that's, well, that's clipped away, and that's gone over the rope. just inside. It was pitched right up into the block hole, but it was outside the leg stump, and Greggy seemed to come down it, right, and clipped it away very nicely. So Harding making an effort here, goes to 15. He's 4 for 31. Is this a belated charge?
One would hope so, Reds. Harding is capable. He's a handy low-order batter. I've seen him play a few innings in the past, and he certainly has the capabilities.
So Moses to try once more, 4 for 31. He's 15. Harding waits, and Moses goes in and just pushes out in the offside. Initially thinking for a single. The bowler, feeling well to his own bowling, skips across. No free singles off of me. 4 for 31. 5.2 overs bowled. Harding 15. Rampal needs to join the occasion. He's been there 3 for a very long time. And Harding taps once more, waits. And if it's hit high over extra cover, is going to drop and kick on. This is quite an effort here by Harding. The ball pitched up, and he almost leant back and hit it, and straight away is calling for a little bit of the special spray on the forearm. In the meantime, let me tell you that he has gone to 19, and the total has, well, I've got to say, raced to 35 without loss, raced for 35 without loss, but he might have just picked up a bit of an injury there, Greg, on the forearm.
Yes, Harding Reds has got a 19 of some 8 deliveries, so he really is not wasting any time out in the middle.
Moses now 1 for 13, sprints in regardless. That's pulled away, pulled out towards a mid-wicket. They wouldn't look for the second because the fieldsman is onto the ball very quickly. So Harding has lost the strike, much to the disappointment of the Beaufort side. And it's going to be Rampal, who must be committed to try to get the ball away. Let's see if he'll be successful. Francois bowls. He plays defensively back. Maybe you don't have the power of Harding, but at least he can turn the strike over and give Harding back the strike.
Yes, Harding, with the rate at which he's going, he needs at this point in time to be doing most of most of the deliveries, because showed that he's capable of hitting on both sides of the wicket.
Rampal waits, bright sunshine returns, beat now center line of the off stumping. Doesn't seem to exactly know what he wants to do. But the over is complete.
My name is Godfrey. I have been doing cassava from young with my mom. She showed me everything to do with cassava, how to grate it to prepare the semi-dry. I enjoy making it. It's my life. That's my canoes.
Right, so it would be important that he take as much as strike as possible. It is a daunting task from here onwards. They would still require 72 more runs. So 72 more runs in 18 deliveries. It's a big ask, really.
Well, what can Harding offer as he waits? He's on 20. And the attack coming from the commentary box end to Harding. Harding, no helmet, no cap, flares away, backs away slightly, throws the bat that it makes no contact. But the intentions is very, very clear. Harding is going to go down with his boots fighting.
Yes, and Reds, yesterday, remember, we saw Darren Shapier bowl a good spell, so we're hoping that today we could replicate the sort of spell that he bowled yesterday.
Moses to Harding. He's halfway through the approach, and that will be certainly a wide.
Yeah.
Now he signals it. That was so high. Wide call. Harding remains on 18, and the total moves to 35 without loss. A bit of a loss of concentration there by the umpire for a while. Moses ball, and that's off the edge, and this will go a long way down towards the third man area. If Fiesman falls, they could come back for the second, but he saves it from going over the ropes. And with the return, he goes down again like a boxer who's been knocked down twice in the same round, 37-4. Harding has moved further on. Harding giving his goal.
Umpire signal 4. For a while, I thought it went over. The guy went over the boundary and he made contact with the ball.
So Harding Roland should move up to 22. So Harding is 22, 39 for 4. He has certainly stimulated the batting since he has come, but it's a tall order. He really needs to play his best hand in the shorter format. Now long off is coming in to a mid-off position. There's a long on, there's a deep mid-wicket. Moses, right up there, both to Harding. Harding, again, an educated edge, looking to hit that square, I would think. On this occasion, the Fiesman, a third man, doesn't have any trouble in picking it up. Harding is 23. Jean-Pierre is down a third man. So Jean-Pierre has had 3 deliveries. You can see the 6 runs. Jean-Pierre fighting action, and that's a top edge. I wonder if you can describe it as anything. And this is going to be a chance for a run out. But it was a bit of a swat. Hard to describe that shot. That brings 2 runs, 2-run ball. Ball is 5, but he needs to give the strike back to Harding. In fact, I'm surprised that Harding didn't say, wait, we'll accept the single. Ball hitting that. Well, that's the first shot he's really hit. And goes for the single. Fiesman at mid-off, not all that good. It came straight to him, then dropped out of his hands, and they were able to take the single. A single that takes it to 43 for 4. This is the 1 ball to go to complete the 7th over. Harding is back in strike on 23. How productive he will be off this last ball. Harding plays defensively and didn't seem to make much of an effort to look for the signal, so maybe not reading the game as much as he should be reading. So we've had 7 overs completed. Harding is 23. His partner is on 6. And it's 43 for 4. If I was Harding, I'd be looking for a single.
Yes, very surprising, Reds, that the final delivery was a defensive shot played and not one where he would have at least looked for the single to get back on strike, seeing that he's the one who's really striking the ball with having scored some 23 runs. I mean, yes, the game is all over by the shouting. It's a virtually impossible task to get to that 109, but at least, you know, it is possible to perhaps get a half century.
Definitely, it's highly improbable, still mathematically possible, but highly improbable that Viewfort South Sunrisers will get to the score. And, but Harding, a valiant effort from Harding. He's batting on 23. And he's partnered by Deshaun Rampal, who's on 6. And Deshaun Rampal, 6 from 13 balls, much too slow in the chase.
Yes, he certainly has not provided the sort of firepower that would be required to get anywhere closer to the required score.
And he's now facing up to Ramroach. Ramroach into the attack for the first time. And this one is outside off. And Deshaun Rampal again missing out. Not looking to give, I would be looking to give the strike to Harding. Ramroach, Deshaun now heave into the onside towards mid-wicket. They come for 1. And that's all there will be. Harding, good thing for Viewfort South Sunrisers. Harding will be on strike. And single to Rampal to bring Harding on strike. Again, a big ask, the score 44 for 4, chasing 109. Harding into the onside again towards the long on field and 1 run again. The singles will definitely not do it. They require a further 64 from 15 balls. Roach into Rampal, wraps him on the pad, and they come through for a leg by an appeal there, Wilson, but the umpire was not interested.
No, this one was certainly angling down the leg side. And Ramroach certainly pleading with the umpire for a wicket, but again
into Harding. This one is sliding down the leg side again and fired in by Jean-Pierre. Much to the dismay of Anthony, wicketkeeper Anthony, but he come through again for another single. 47 for 4 is the score. Singles will not do it, and this one is Rampal is looking to get past the backward point fielder, but hitting directly to him.
Hi, I'm Tedison John of the Tedison John Project. Even when we're not rehearsing, we stay connected. Flow makes it easy with Flow bundle plans. My mobile phone, internet broadband to download and send files, my home office fixed line. All the services I need in one place. And guess what? The more services you use, the less you pay. Yep, get more and pay less. Guys, you can't go wrong on this one. Bundle today.
61, if my memory serves me right. It was in the low 60s.
And Pamphile to continue, and Harding looking to push on to try to get beyond what may be the lowest score in the tournament. And Harding, with 8 overs gone, some 12 deliveries to go. Winning is a virtual impossibility at this point in time. And Pamphile will look to add to the wicket column, and this one is getting between the batsman and the fielder. A diving stop from Anthony. And of course, the score remains at 47 for 4.
Yes, hadn't given Pamphile the charge, and in the process, yocking himself. But luckily for him, he was not bowled.
This one was just missing the stump. And again, a full delivery down the leg side, and Harding is getting, does he get some bat on it? He's not getting any bat on it. Beats the batsman, beats the fielder, and into the boundary. The fielder, fine leg fielder, is trying to come around, but does not make it. And 4 wide signal there by the umpire. That takes them past the 50, 52 for 4, and heading towards the 61, which would have been the lowest score in the tournament so far.
Yes, Pamphile really has not kept up to the sort of standard that we saw Theodore bowl from this northern end.
And having given him the charge and driving through the offside into the cover point region, and the fielder comes off the boundary and does the fielding, limiting them to 1. A good looking shot from Harding into the offside.
Yes, good use of the feet there by Harding and hitting this one all along the ground. Harding certainly is showing us that he is capable of playing on both sides of the wicket.
And this time it's Rampal giving the drive and Ramroach coming around, making a half stop. They come through for one. A good bit of, a little better on the movement from Ramroach on this occasion.
Oh, certainly good movement there by Mr. Ramroach. Really a little nimble on his feet this afternoon. I'm certain he has some relatives who will be watching him.
Maybe he was lighter on the lunch today, Ramroach, as a pub field into Harding, wraps him on the pad. That one heading towards, down the leg side actually, and not even an appeal given, but wraps him on the pad. Nonetheless, a dot delivery, a golden dot delivery, and now 55 required from eight balls.
Yes, so certainly impossible to get anywhere close.
Yes, the blue worm for the Sunrisers heading in the wrong direction, certainly. And again, you could see the distance growing between the two worms.
Well, if I may say, the irony of this thing is that Vieux South is from the south and the worm is only heading south.
It's heading southbound. Very well said, Greg Wilson. It's southbound. This blue worm for Vieux South is heading south. And Pumpfield, let's see if he can finish well too. Harding gives him the charge. He wraps on the pad right in front of the stump, but umpire not interested, and they come through for one leg by. The score moves on by 1 to 55, is it?
There was some bats.
Might have gotten some bat on it.
Yes, the end of a spell by Pumpfield, conceding some 21 runs in his 2 overs. So certainly Pumpfield has not lived up to the sort of expectation that we saw from the opening bowlers. But the writing certainly is on the wall with 55 in 8. Just 2 more overs remaining. The Beaufort Sunrisers would right now
just a solitary over remaining, 6 deliveries, and it will be bowled. That's the final over to be bowled by Ramroach, Romain Ramroach. And he's bowling into Harding. Harding pushes this one into the offside and come through for 1. 56. Harding moving on to 28. Harding gave a good account of himself in this innings, Wilson.
Yes, he did.
And Ramroach again into Rampal, who was very pedestrian in his approach, getting some, so far he's on 8 from some 18 balls in a chase of 108. This is never going to be enough. Now he's moved to 9 of 19 deliveries, the score 57 for 4. And Dishon Rampal, a little bit too pedestrian in his approach. He did not give the charge that Harding gave and left them with no chance. Ramroach to Harding, who is looking to push on. They've gone past 50 into 57. Can they get past the 61? Harding plays this one into the onside, and the fielder comes around, and no run there. Score remains on 57 for 4. Ramroach to continue to bowl to Harding. Harding is trying to get past. Get his team past the 61 they got yesterday, but Ramroach, very tight line. Ramroach bowling a very, very tight line here. And Harding is hitting this one. It's in the air. The fielder comes from the boundaries, the sweeper on the boundary, and just limiting them to 1 run. Ramroach very tight, taking the score to 58. So just one delivery to go. Will they get past the lowest score of this year's tournament, which was 61? And it's a Rampal is edging this one. Is it edged? Getting past the keeper. Heading down, they come for 1. And that's a bye, nothing on there. 1 bye. That's the end. So we have a new low total, which is 59 for 4 from 10 overs allotted. Beaufort South chasing some 109 for victory, getting only 59 in the 10. A very emphatic, comprehensive victory for the LABORIE Bay Royals. in this second match of match day 2 here in the St. Lucia 2020 Dream 11 T10 St. Lucia Blast. And of course, before we get to the post-match with the umpires, we want to acknowledge the sponsors. We can do that now. The sponsors, remember the 2021 Dream 11 T10 St. Lucia Blast is brought to you by the title sponsor Dream 11, Calabash TV and All Biz Media, Flow, Made in Paradise, Scott Sports and Awards, the Trophy Center, Blue Waters, Full 100, First National Bank, Kendall M. Gill Chambers. These are the sponsors. A kind compliment of those sponsors are bring you the 2021 Dream 11 T10 St. Lucia Blast.
Yes, a good comprehensive victory there for the LABORIE Royals, and which will set up a really mouth-watering encounter tomorrow between LABORIE and Soufre. It means that the winner of that game would proceed to the business end of the tournament. So that certainly would make for a good, interesting game tomorrow.
A very interesting position to be in, and LABORIE, of course, would be coming off a very emphatic victory. Should be the confidence and the momentum will be with them. They're getting the first 100 of this year's tournament, so a good place to be. Await the post-match interviews with the captains. Once our producers are ready, we will certainly be tuning into that. So we go over to our on-field team to do the post-match interview with the two captains.
Tough one?
Definitely was a tough one. Our bowling was a bit too expensive. Our battles tried, but unfortunately we weren't successful in getting the runs.
Did the total intimidate you when you saw the total posted? What was your approach to it?
This total didn't intimidate me. Our approach was to get as much runs as possible, but the batsman failed to be successfully top order, did not go as planned.
There was a difficulty trying to clear the ropes as much.
Yes, so we were trying to get as much runs as possible in the power play.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because our total would have been 50 runs in the power play.
But you were holding it with Jermaine, trying to get something going?
Yes, we have a good communication, and we believe that if we stay there a little longer, that can more.
But time was creeping up on you?
Very much so.
Yeah. So what happens now? Now you have to regroup, obviously. It hasn't been a good start for you?
Definitely, we have a lot to discuss, and hopefully if we get another chance to actually come back in the Dream 11, we'll have a different approach.
Definitely. All the best then.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So you got one going? You're off to a start now?
Yes, finally the boys had a well today. Had a very good start for us for the first time. I believe we'll go a long way.
How confident were you once you posted that massive total up front?
Very confident. I know the bowlers, another batters with the runs. I know I have good confidence the bowlers will bowl well. So yesterday on the bowler was yesterday well, and today the batters put the form out today. So what they can do.
So for this tournament so far, you've posted the highest total. I'm hoping that I suppose that you try to get into the winning habit.
Yeah. So hopefully that match will bring us a win habit. So we have one more to go tomorrow. Hopefully we'll qualify to move on.
And what's your approach to tomorrow?
Well, our approach tomorrow is basically the same thing. Just to bat first, put runs on the board, and go and defend it. That's what we're capable of doing. That's what we'll see the team doing today. And
talk to us about who you're expecting to perform. And we know you have some great performances today, but tomorrow, who are you looking for?
Tomorrow I will step up tomorrow as a captain, leading from the front. Myself expect to step up today, tomorrow. And the bowlers are doing well, so it's mostly me, especially me and fully me alone.
So I guess you will leave now?
Yes, now I'm in relief. And yesterday wasn't good at all, but today a bit relief. I go back in the dressing room, be happy in it.
All right, congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Captain as well as the losing captain, and you heard it from Edward, captain of LABORIE Royals. Tomorrow is a big encounter. tomorrow is a big encounter, and we've just been given some information from our statistician, scorer, Mr. Roland Cox. Saying last year's lowest total was 47 all out Central against South Castries last year. So Vieux would have gone past that today, but for this year's tournament, they're in with the title as the lowest run getters in the 10 overs.
Yes, that's certainly the case. But just listening to the post-match interview, I was sort of pleased to hear the LABORIE Bay captain say that the pressure is on him and he's prepared to step up. So he has acknowledged as the captain he has really not led from the front, and he's prepared to do that and put his hands up tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's encounter, LABORIE against Soufrière.
It will be two captains under pressure tomorrow. Soufrière, Shanai Mesmin, today he did well with the bat, but really let his team down with the ball. So tomorrow's game, there's a lot riding on that game. It's a must-win for both LABORIE and Soufrière to get through to the main draw of the tournament. Vieux South will be taking on
the Miko Eagles. South is the Eagles basically have qualified because they have won two.
They've won two, and South been relegated.
Yeah, because they have lost two.
Definitely so, and of course we're looking forward to a big encounter. We may see some changes tomorrow as well. So as to a big day today, two interesting matches, and tomorrow we have two games coming up tomorrow. A game really to look forward to. Coming to you from the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground. We hope to see you tomorrow again as we wrap up and continue the Dream 11 T10 St. Lucia Blast for 2021. Over and out.